Okay, let's talk about this. So, if we're going to try and go through this swing change, and we're going to try and really make an improvement to your ball striking and your distance, and your predictability of your flight, where it could possibly go. We have to have a bit of an understanding on three things that you need to do if you're going to make a swing change. Three things that have to happen if you're going to make a swing change. So the first thing is that when you are starting your swing, your trigger off the golf ball, that has to change first. If you're making the same motion away from the ball, even if you're trying to hinge it in a different way, if the club is moving away from the ball with the same impulse, you're doing the same thing. It's going to be the same thing after that. Your brain says, oh, I know this, and just goes on loop right back to what you've always done. So you've got to change your trigger. The next thing is that, yes, you're going to have to work on your mechanics. You'll have to work on where it is that you're moving, how you're moving, all of that stuff. And I don't really want to teach you anything based on feel, right? Like, I don't want to tell you what to feel. I want to kind of get you to kind of guide you through some motions. And then if it looks the right way, then whatever it feels like, it feels like. We're going to work on some concepts though, but regardless of how it is that we go through the lesson, right? I want you to feel as though that we're going through this, feeling soft. And one of the things that the video can't see, right? Like if I stopped right here on the video, yeah, like it looks good. You can look at all the knee bends and angles and draw lines and make it look all pretty. But what you can't see is how much my body is squeezing versus, is my body loose and light? So when it comes to feel, that's your squeeze of your muscles. And we definitely have to change where it is that you feel a squeeze versus when you feel soft throughout your swing in order to change how it is that you power this club, right? If you have the same squeezes and the same oomphs, pushes or forces and all that stuff into the golf club, you're going to do the same thing. So we have to change your trigger, and then we have to find a way to change your feel in terms of the soft and squeezing of your muscles. And then the third thing and the last thing is that if you're going to make a golf swing change and you're going to have that club do something different in terms of when it's speeding up and where it's going to change the ball flight, you're going to end up in a different finish position. So you're going to have some type of idea on where your new finish line is going to be, right? And whether it's a cue, like a checklist kind of thing that you go through, whatever it may be, you've got to have a final piece on your ideas on where you're going to end up or how the new finish or follow through is going to be. So change the trigger, understand a little bit of the feels that you're going to have in terms of the squeezes and the speeding up of the club. And then we have to figure out, one word or one idea that you have at the end of your body's motion. And so I think that if we can go through those three things and kind of touch on all those three things in this lesson, that's going to be the first step to, changing the swing over the next couple months. Does that make sense? Okay, cool.